unemployed, hungry, dirty, sad.
He's a 10, but he hasn't got a job.
Hey, Wednesday. That hump day feeling. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people like to slow down.
What's up, Cyberhawks? So in today's video, we're going to be looking at videos kind of just showing how tough it is right now to apply to jobs, and also the craziness with unemployment, some of the day-to-day life of actually being unemployed. And yeah, I'll go ahead and share my thoughts throughout this. So let's go ahead and bring up this first video here, and yeah, let's see what she says.
To about 300 different roles, and I've only gotten one interview. Oh, and not to mention 0 offers. For context, I worked at a startup in tech. I was a product manager. The entire company went under with little notice. And also there was like no warning signs either, which is a whole other thing I could talk about. Something I wasn't prepared for with this entire unemployment journey was just how up and down it would be. Some days I'm super focused, super hyper, ready to create my own company, you know, send out a bunch of job applications, network, create a brand for myself, do all the things that you're supposed to do, right? And other days I literally can't even get out of bed. I'm not here to like sit here and complain on the internet. That's totally not my style. I'm here just showing the honest truth of what unemployment is. Unemployment fucking sucks. The tech industry is so shit right now. But I'm here to just share my experiences and my stories and let other people know what the truth is behind unemployment. But I think that with the internet and with social media, people can come together really well. So I want to put out everything that I've learned about the tech industry so far, and honestly just help someone who might be going through the same thing. Comment if you've also been affected by the tech layoffs, any tips, advice, because I feel like I'm going crazy.
Okay, yeah. So that was the first video. I will go back to the beginning of this, but I just wanted to go ahead and give some advice for people who are in that scenario. She said, if you have some tips, go ahead and give it to you. I would say definitely staying consistent is definitely key. You know, I would say at least every single day, or at least Monday through Friday, if you have a job, or I guess you don't have a job, Monday through Sunday, at least applying to 10 jobs a day. You don't necessarily have to apply to like hundreds a day, 50 plus. She did mention that some days she feels like she wants to apply to a lot, and then other days barely any. The big thing on that is just staying consistent throughout. So it is good if you can do 50 a day or whatnot, but I would start at a minimum or maybe a maximum of 10. About 10 a day. And then once you get used to doing just 10 a day, then maybe upgrading that to maybe 11 or 12 or 13, 14, 15, etc., etc. So now let me go ahead and go back to some of the beginning parts she was talking about.
That's my job. I've applied to about 300 different roles, and
Okay, so she applied to 300 applications or 300 jobs. I don't know the time frame that she applied to that, or maybe I just misheard and I just completely forgot. If I did, let me know in the comments section. But yeah, in this current market, especially in tech, 300 jobs is not going to be enough. Like, I don't know what field in tech she's in. I don't know her current experience, but I've seen people with a whole lot of experience still have to do 500, 600, 700, 800, job applications. Like for myself, over 1,000 before I was able to get this particular job. Or technically speaking, it was a little less than 1,000, but when I was still in the interviewing stages of this job, I was still, applying to a lot of different jobs. So yeah, that's a big thing there. Only 300. Again, I don't know the time frame, so maybe this is within maybe a month or two, but I would definitely try to rank that up even more. Another tip I would give people too who are applying to a lot of different jobs is just not staying stagnant. Like constantly try to upskill yourself, try to get into internships when you can, either like in a physical location if possible, or maybe through an online internship. Microsoft has some good ones that I was able to apply with during the summertime. It may be too late for this summer, but you can still apply to those. Look at BAM Academy. That's another one that you guys can look into. I'm trying to think of another internship. Yeah, the one from Josh Madakor. I actually did a video talking about this and how I was able to pretty much use that job or use that internship job to help me to get my full time, and I was able to learn a lot That's another one you should definitely look into as well. Just type in Josh Mattercore on YouTube. Maybe cybersecurity course as well, or you can just look at some of my previous videos and you can see some stuff about that. So yeah, that will help you out on that. But yeah, just constantly upskilling yourself, trying to, if you're in tech, for example, applying to or trying to get yourself to other different type of certifications. You know, you got your trifecta, your A+ Network Plus, Security Plus. You can go ahead and try to get all of that. Maybe you might want to try to get maybe your Azure AZ900. Another one that I'm actually meant to actually get a while ago was the SC200 from Microsoft, I believe, for Microsoft Defender. I think there's like the SC500 as well. You know, you got your AWS certifications, you got your Google certifications. So like, there's a lot of different things within tech or within cybersecurity, for example, that you can kind of work towards. So, so outside of just applying to different jobs, I would also try to upskill yourself, try to get internships. And also too, this is something that a lot of people don't actually want to do, and something that I had to end up doing myself. If you're not, you know, if you're applying to all the different jobs and you're not getting it, sometimes you may have to try to apply for other type of roles. Like for myself, for example, I was looking more towards cybersecurity. However, I got to the point where I'm like, okay, well, I may just have to grind out and maybe like another type of IT job, and then kind of just work my way up. So maybe like a network engineer or like a sysadmin. So I started applying to those different type of jobs, and then like the location, you know, just being willing to actually work in the office. I know a lot of you guys do want to work remote, but that is not always going to be the case. So I was at a point that I was just applying just straight for physical locations, possibly hybrid if I saw any. So yeah, you also may have to make that sacrifice as well on that. And heck, maybe even furthermore, you may have to end up, you know, maybe joining the FBI, trying to go that route. That route is good too, because you'll be able to get your security clearance. So then, you know, for the rest of your life, you should be good. You should be solid on getting a job in cyber with that. I guess if you're military, you should already have your security clearance. So getting into tech should be easier, I would say. Like if you go maybe more towards the government route, like GovTech, for example. But yeah, that's just a few advice I would give for her. So let's go ahead and bring up the next video, and let's see what he's going to be talking about. Let me just make sure this is okay. Cool. We're looking good. All right, let's start it. And for the people who can't read it, it says the point of view when you stop halfway through a job application because they're asking for too much information. Now, yeah, I've done this several times, because it's like you spend all this time on your resume, right? And then you upload that resume, and then they have you retype all the information. It's like, come on now. And then like this one, when they're asking for too much information, sometimes you have to rewrite your whole resume and then do like 5, 6, 7, 8 pages, long pages at that. It's just bull crap. So yeah, I definitely understand that. Yeah, you know, it just is what it is. I got to a point where, like, if I wasn't able to like knock out the application within like 5 minutes, probably like a no-go. Or if I'm seeing that they have so like 10 plus tabs, I'm like, you know what, this just may not be the job for me. So yeah, you know, sometimes that may happen. It just is what it is. You know, I'm pretty sure you guys probably seen that in the comments. So yeah, if you have seen that, let me know. But let's go ahead and start the next video out, and let's see how her job search is going.
At the end of last year, I was laid off, and so I panicked. I started applying to jobs, studying, working on my portfolio, and admittingly spent too much money on lattes. I did spend some time with friends, traveling, and with family, but
traveling.
I really couldn't be present, to be honest. And that's because I was so focused on finding a job. Literally all my time and energy and my worth was in whether or not I could find a job. And eventually that led me here, crying while eating my breakfast sandwich about a job I didn't get. And so I realized that was very unhealthy, and I took a step back just to go on a trip and enjoy myself, enjoy life, and not focus on a job. And if you're looking for a job, I know it's super tough, but I'm rooting for you, and you will find your next opportunity in the right timing, and you got this. Not that.
Okay, all right. So like the first thing I noticed on this video was that after she got laid off, she started traveling. So I don't know if she got like a good severance package. Maybe she saved a whole lot of money. I guess she could be like in a relationship too. But that was like the first thing I noticed. I'm like, dang, you just got laid off and now you can just travel and just live your best life, but you're still stressing on getting a job. So that, it's kind of a weird conundrum right there. But yeah, she may be like in a relationship, maybe, or she could be married. I'm not exactly for sure. But applying to jobs right now, again, it is tough. It's challenging. You can spend days on days on days. I'm glad that she is actually applying herself. I'm glad she's not, just out here complaining like, oh, I can't get a job, so I'm just going to stop. I'm glad that she's at least attempting to get another job. So congratulations on that. You know what? On some of these videos, I may have to just like go through like their whole account to see if they actually got a job. Because this one, I think this is like a few months old, so she could already have a job. So hopefully she does, on that. But yeah, it is a challenge. Sometimes you do have to clear your head. At times you get, if you get laid off. I remember when I was working at Towers Watson, right out of college, and like how that job was, it was kind of like a call center. And usually like after like 2 years or so, they would basically lay you off, and I'm using that like quotations, for like a few months and then bring you back. I heard it's something to do with like, so they don't have to have you as a full term and benefits and all this other crap. But anyway, I ended up being one of the people who got hit with this. And it was a different time being unemployed for a little bit. And during that time, well, at least like that first week, you really don't want to do anything. You kind of really want to just chill and vibe. But after that, you should want to then, start actively applying or actively looking for jobs. So her going on trips, I guess that can kind of help out with that. And, I guess if I had the money during that time, hey, maybe a few trips probably would have helped. I guess during that time also too, I was on YouTube a lot, trying to get the gaming channel and trying to get other things popping. So if you do get unemployed, you can definitely use that time, especially if you get like a severance package or if you're getting like unemployment benefits. You can definitely use that time to maybe do something that you really want to do. Maybe your current job is something that you don't want to do, but maybe YouTube, not necessarily YouTube, but maybe like you want to get good at coding, or you want to get good at maybe learning to hack people, for example. You can use this time to actually start working towards that. So then when you go back to job hunting, you can go ahead and again have more skills that you can put on your resume to show like, hey, I got laid off, but I'm learning XYZ. Or maybe on your resume, you don't even write that you got laid off. You can just go ahead and put something like, take some time off so I can go ahead and grind towards, this field in tech or this field, like taking like a personal. So, you can always spin that. So, but yeah, I think this was a good one that kind of showed like a lot of people's, different emotions during the period of being unemployed. This is another quick one, and then we'll go to a slightly longer one.
Realistic day in my life as a 25 years old, unemployed in New York City. First thing I do is wash up. Lately, I've been here's my realistic day in my life as a 25 years old, unemployed in New York City. First thing I do is wash up. Lately, I've been taking cold showers to calm my anxiety. Yes, I'm also experiencing hair loss at 25, so I'm using minoxidil. Today is a cleaning day, so I did my laundry and took out the trash. New York City rent is ridiculous, so I do have one roommate. I journal things I'm grateful for every morning. Then I cooked homemade wonton my parents made. Thank you, Mom and Dad. My laundry finished drying, so I went downstairs to pick it up. And here's me doing my skincare routine.
All right, that was pretty good. Being unemployed in New York, I know that sucks because everything is so god dang high. But that one looks pretty realistic. I think most of us would probably, fit that type of vibe. If we got unemployed, we probably wouldn't have all the luxuries to be like, to go on trips and whatnot. But kinds of dealing with with your regular day-to-day stuff. I like how you say it takes a cold shower to help out with the anxiety. I know cold showers actually do come with a lot of different benefits. I've been hearing more and more and more. So hey, maybe I might have to go ahead and start doing that, especially with Texas being Texas all the time. But let's go ahead and bring up this last one. Let me make sure the volume's up. And yeah, let's see her unemployment journey. Oh, I didn't even share the screen. All right, I think you guys can see this now.
So I'm 30 years old. I'm unemployed. I've been unemployed for 4 months.
Oh.
I literally can't get a job. I've applied to over 150 jobs. I now have
Mhm.
negative $4.41 in my savings account because of the monthly service fee that just hit. I don't know when I'm going to get a job. I feel very lost. This feeling of being unemployed and applying to jobs and retailing your resume, getting rejected, and then seeing the job reposted literally 2 weeks later is demoralizing. And remembering that I am still worthy and I am still valuable has been very difficult.
Mhm.
I left my last job because it was destroying my mental and physical health. I liked the job, but I just couldn't do it anymore. And so I applied to a new job, and I was going to make the most money I was ever supposed to make in my life. And they laid me off 4 days before I was supposed to start due to company reorganization.
Mm.
And I haven't been able to find a job since. I don't have a Roth IRA. I don't have any type of investment accounts. I don't know if I'll ever own a house. I'm
Damn.
married, but
Dang.
with children, to be quite honest with you. I live in an apartment that we can no longer afford because I lost my job. I'm
Dang.
down here for the job that laid me off 4 days before I was supposed to start. So when you sign a lease, you just can't get out of it like that. That's not how that works.
Dang. Yeah. That was a lot. I did see some red flags from this.
So,
Even though her story does suck, there were some two big red flags from this. I don't know what field she's in, but she says she's been unemployed for 4 months, only applied to 150 jobs. In the past, that would have been able to work, but now, I'm sorry, that just does not work anymore. Just how crazy everything is. If you're doing 10 a day, Monday through Friday, that's 50 a week. So what? That's 50, 100, 150, 200 a month, 2, 4, 6, 8, 800 4 months. Yeah, she should be closer to 800 versus 150. So that's a big first red flag I kind of got from that. Again, I don't know what field she's in, but yeah. If you're dealing with so much that she's dealing with, having negative in her bank account, negative $4.41, you really have to be more on your grind versus other people who are not in those like situations that she's in. Another thing too, she got her apartment. I think she's like, I might have replay it, but I want to say she got her apartment with her man before she actually started working at the job. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks because she was expecting to make a certain amount of money, but she already moved there before starting getting paid. That's another thing a lot of people do. Like when they start getting paid more money, they want to go ahead and just start spending it before they actually start getting these checks. For me, the way I look at it, I'm like, I don't trust this company yet. I don't trust them to actually, give me money until maybe like a few months in. Because, like you used to hear all those horror stories about you start the job and then like you get laid off like a week later and, different stuff like that. So I just rather be on the safe side. I feel like in her, for this situation, she definitely should have, because now she's stuck in that lease and she has to pay in, like it's higher than, what she was currently paying and she can't pay for it. Again, which sucks, but just an FYI. Also, too, people do this for cars and houses, I guess, a lot. I'm pretty sure there's other things too, but as soon as they get that first new job and before they even get paid, they're already spending or already making big plays. And then you kind of get in this situation right here where you're struggling, negative amount of money, and it's got a lot on your plate. I do wish her the best of luck. Again, if I was in her situation, and I guess if you were in the same situation as well, the tips I would give, again, at least do 10 job applications a day, especially if you're unemployed. I was able to do this while still working, doing 10 plus a day, Monday through Friday. If you're unemployed, I definitely would do the weekends as well. Continue, again, upskilling yourself, depending on what field you have. Go to LinkedIn, look at other people who are in the jobs type that you would like to be in. Look at their experience, look at the certification that they have, and see if you can also get that. Networking is another big one. On LinkedIn, again, you can go ahead and message people and tell them XYZ. And then sometimes they'll help you out and sometimes they won't. It just depends on the person. I've had people on LinkedIn contact me several different times. A lot of the times they've been usually like younger people who are like in college, some high school, but usually college. They're like, hey, I'm in cybersecurity. What tips can you help with XYZ? And I'll just go ahead and give them the game. So again, everybody's not going to answer you, but this is what it is on that. And yes, again, it's staying consistent. For her too, I would probably look at other jobs. Look at any type of job really that can give you some money. She probably is looking for a specific role, but at this point, with so much going on and not any money coming in, any money is better than no money. So again, if you're looking for maybe for that manager position, at this point you may have to go scale back a role or two. But anyway, guys, I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Have you been in this situation? If so, how did you get out of it? Would you recommend some of the recommendations that I'm recommending for her? I know there's a lot of recommendations, or do you guys have other recommendations that you would also give to this her or for the other people that we went over? Definitely let me know in the comments, and I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.